Down and talk with Thomas and Guy from Daft Punk. As recent as 2 or 3 weeks ago, they were in Jim Henson's studios in Los Angeles. I was out here in London here at Radio 1. We did it via ISDN, and here are the results. Daft Punk, a comprehensive interview about the masterpiece that is Discovery. Tonight's masterpiece is exactly that, made by two people who have made music from the minute that they started creating together right through to the present day. One album in particular they've made that we're going to focus on tonight is called Discovery, and we're talking to the creators in Los Angeles, I believe. We should have Guy and Thomas from Daft Punk down the line. Hi guys, how are you?
We're good, fine.
Thank you very much for talking to us about Discovery, and I guess the first question is, what are your sort of immediate memories that springs to mind?
I think the mood, the main memory that we have is that it was a very long process, and it was much more complicated to do as an album and as a series of recording than our first album. Once our first album, Homework, met some great reception from an audience and a critical point of view, we were put in a position where we wanted to try to do something different, and at the same time to maybe push the limits of some ideas that we had in mind, and it just was pretty much a hard process and took more time than we had expected.
Is it safe to say that that the work on Discovery that you guys put in, and that the sound and the feel was a direct reaction to the response that Homework got?
Yes, everything that we do each time is always being reactive to the previous piece of work that we're putting out, and we might I don't think we were really fully aware of that at that point, but it became quite clear that we would always work in contrast to the previous step, and trying to in this way to move forward, especially with what we were excited about with electronic music, which would be this idea of pioneering things and experimenting, and not just being staying with just one formula that we would just not change. Initially, we were coming from like a rock scene, and Homework was a way to say to the rock a crowd that techno music, electronic music was interesting and was exciting and very fresh. But as soon as we kind of jumped into the electronic music scene, there was on the contrary, on the opposite, a very radical and purist look, where electronic music was pretty much the only good thing, and then all the other music were from the past. And so with the second album, we really wanted to convince the opposite, of saying more to the people from the scene that we were now in, of saying rock music and all these musics are cool. It's definitely, I think, a very optimistic record, and a very innocent record, in the way that, our first album, Homework, was more set into a post-teenager kind of, a trendy scene. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but with underground labels and the techno scene and the rave scene, and something where it's this kind of teenage hip thing that you're trying to chase, whereas Discovery was definitely a way to go back to childhood memories, and to this very innocent times, but almost it's true in a provocative way. the record came out in 2001 with the starting of the animated music videos, and Interstellar came like 2 years later. But also we thought it was an interesting way for people to have a second understanding, you know, of the music that they would listen first. So everything, you know, it was a lot of ideas around the music and saying, okay, you know, we're gonna do this album and it's gonna tell a story, and how can we tell the story at the same time? So we chose animation over live action, and find a way we would just you know, have these kind of animated vignettes or music videos in a chapter for all the tracks of the record, and then we would transform ourselves physically into robots, and I think it was a very exciting time for us.
You know, you still are able to protect, you know, your anonymity, to be yourselves, and working in that environment has kind of made Daft Punk even more enigmatic. I mean, it's kind of a magic trick you guys have pulled off effectively by disappearing and becoming more famous in the same breath.
Yeah, that's very strange. We're still scratching our head, our metal heads around it.